welcome to today's rant, or this little rant of mine, or Tlrom as I put it, but Tlrom's quite weird to say over and over and over again. Anyway, welcome to another rant. Hope you enjoy your stay. So as you saw from the intro, it was a musical intro of my own making, my favourite song at the moment, David Gray, and yes, my keyboard's on at the moment, so I shall entertain you with some keyboarding. Maybe. No, I won't. Okay, so today the topic is movies. Now, I love movies a lot. I pride myself on knowing a lot about different movies. Whether or not I watch variety is another matter, but nonetheless, today is about movies, and my favourite movie, because you obviously asked, you want to know, I know you do. My favourite movie is... What's my favourite movie? It's The Jungle Book. Now this might be quite strange, or expected. It's probably expected by a lot of people. But The Jungle Book, now, throughout my life, that has been probably my favourite film. I have no idea why, it's nothing groundbreaking, but it's just, I don't know, it's a really good film. And as you may have noticed, there is a new remake getting made. A live action version with Scarlett Johansson, Bill Murray, Ben Kingsley, Idris Elba, and there's another name there, I can't remember. Anyway, if you've watched the trailer, then you know that Scarlett Johansson is playing the Snake. And I can't even remember his name, even though it's my favourite film, or her name, now. But it looks awesome, and if you've not seen the trailer, I urge you to go and see it, because it looks amazing. But, topic at hand of movies. Now, my favourite movie is Jungle Book. My top rated film? I don't know. I'd have to think. Okay, I thought of it. Now this is quite a popular choice, Forrest Gump. Now if you don't know what that is, then smack yourself over the face multiple times, because you deserve it. And if you do know it, well done, it's probably in your top 10 as well. No doubt, because it's an amazing film, like all Tom Hanks films. But that film is really altogether well done. Robert Zemeckis is the director's name. He is amazing at what he does. I love a lot of his films. It opened a lot of windows for a lot of different aspects of different things, from disabilities to a different look at the wars and stuff like that. Altogether, it's a really brilliant film in how it's made, and you'd be actually surprised about how much CG is actually in it and hidden so well. But thinking about CG now, I'm brought towards Lord of the Rings, because I really love those films and they're really well done. The Hobbits. Oh, the Hobbits. The Hobbit films overall are perfectly fine films, but Lord of the Rings is better, just is. But The Hobbit has its merits. I feel like it was sort of the same thing that was done with Star Wars. So, I hope you've all watched Star Wars. You don't have to watch episode 1 and 2, 3. You don't have to. But the 4, 5 and 6 are known as classics, and good they are. They're brilliant films. And my reasoning for that is because George Lucas didn't actually direct all 3. He directed the first one, which in my opinion is the weakest. That's different for a lot of people, but in my opinion that's the weakest. And when it came to directing 5 and 6, George Lucas had the idea, well, he sort of had a disagreement with his producer at the time, because the producer thought that it was the brilliantly driven story and the fantasy, the sci-fi in it, the operatic scenes in it that would sell the films. But George Lucas saw it as the CG that sold films. And obviously, through 1 and 3 we see that George Lucas was wrong. Very wrong. And so that's where it went wrong with 1, 2 and 3. I think it was more, right, how can we cram so much CG? I really feel bad for the actors in 1, 2 and 3 because I think a lot of the time they spent it in green screens, and that's quite annoying to do. And act with imagining stuff's there, but true enough, they did get to have lightsabers. And that's a plus anyway. There's a spider up there. I don't like spiders. He's chosen to get to the place where it's the hardest for me to get, and so I can't get that bugger. Okay, so moving on to another CG-filled film, or film series, is the Matrix films. The Matrices. The Matrices. The Matrix films. They are very CG-driven films, and hang on. There we go. They are known generally as being quite decent films. Everyone's favourite is normally the first one. Mine is the second because I feel the action is just a hell of a lot better in that. The CG could be doing with a remaster, I think. But yes, they're good films. So if you've watched The Matrix, or any of them, you know that Neo, played by the wonderful Keanu Reeves, is the one. Neo itself is an arrangement of the word one. And he is the one that brings hope to humanity and saves them from the machines and the imprisonment and the farms and stuff like that. Spoilers if you've not watched the films, but you really should have watched the films because they're quite decent films. Probably the best film so far that the Wachowski brothers? The Wachowski brothers, I think it's called. They're called. It's probably their best work, to be fair, but they're known to be quite this film is very philosophical and very symbolic of a lot of things, and very it calls in a lot of religious stuff. Even number plates and stuff on cars use references to Bible quotes and stuff like that. But anyway, I watched a video recently on the theory of why Neo is not the one. And this sort of threw me off, and I was like, it's clear to see that Neo is the one. How can anyone think that Neo is not the one? But it's actually quite surprising. This theory has actually sort of changed my perception of the films. The basic theory goes that Neo is not the one, Agent Smith is the one. Now I find this to be quite confusing, and so I watched the video, and by the end I was quite convinced. So, in the first film, you're told that Neo, that there was a man born in the Matrix who had the power to change anything in the Matrix, and he was the first one to set people free. I think that's basically what happened, and that's basically the prophecy. Now, Neo was not born in the Matrix. All he can do is fly and sort of stop bullets. So it's a sort of form of almost telekinesis kind of thing. That's shaping the Matrix that way. But otherwise, he can't do anything. Okay? Now, Agent Smith, born in the Matrix, he's been there since the beginning. Like the first Matrix. And he's been there all the time. So, he made the Matrix. He is able to change the world around him. By the third film, everything's dark, dull, raining, and everyone is a copy of himself. The freeing thing, there's points I can't remember, but the idea is that he's the one. And it's quite funny because it's him that actually saves humanity and he doesn't even know it. So Neo gets plugged into the source. He's part of the machine world when he gets plugged in. And I don't know if he knows going in, but the reason he gets taken over is so Smith is then put into the system of the source. He even says in the second film when they have the huge fight that he knew he had to return to the source, but he didn't want to. He was free. He doesn't have the earplug thing. So when he takes over Neo, It's sort of like he's imprinting the code into Neo in the real world, and therefore the code goes into the source, and boom, he's back to the source, humanity is saved. What? There's a lot more other details. I'll put a link to the video because it's a really good video. I watched it only once because I don't watch videos more than twice unless it's a music video, obviously. But you should check it out because it was really cool. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this little rant of mine, this Tlrom, or rant, video rant, whatever you want to call it. Leave a comment below of what is your favourite film. If you like this video, please hit subscribe and like and whatever. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye!